Hello, this is for Cancer. This is a general reading to bring information, insight, and maybe new things you haven't thought of for money, job, and career for April 2026. It might not connect with you 100%, but some parts might. And if it doesn't connect at all, check back in on the next one. So let's get started. First card I have here is New Money. Something new you have been working on will be very profitable. You should consider creating a new source of income. If you have a money-making idea, do it. Next card I have here is Soulmate. The next card I have is Koi Fish Spirit. There is always enough. And the tarot cards are Knight of Cups, the Emperor, Death, Seven of Swords, Six of Swords, and the Tower. So I'm going to read from the book 4, There is Always Enough. Begin to generate wealth within with deliberate intention, no matter how small your pond may seem, and appreciate abundance wherever you see it. Outer conditions will come to reflect your inner prosperity, so begin to become the self who is comfortable with wealth in all forms. Even if at the moment it feels as if riches are not yours, they soon will be. Start to envision the plenty that Spirit wants you to experience, knowing that the moment you begin to commit to conscious and deliberate co-creating, Spirit will joyfully start bringing you what you need. You have so much to offer and so much of value to express to the world. In your little pond, there is much you can create and much you can attract. Do not underestimate what you have and who you are, for Koi Fish Spirit wants you to know that you are exquisite, loved, and deeply cherished. Trust that outer conditions are changing to reflect that truth. Okay, so first card I'm going to start with is the Tower. So for that one, there's unexpected change because of maybe financial or job loss projects, and it was unforeseen. So that's for some, but the old ways are no longer useful, and you must find another set of beliefs, values, and processes to take their place. There are corrections, breakdown of the old, and a breakthrough to the new. It's a major change. So yeah, out with the old and in with the new. You're going to build a solid foundation. And next we go to the Death card. So again, that's another ending card. So you're going to leave this unfulfilling place that you're in, the situation, a work, job, career, maybe just your belief system, but you're leaving that and you're adapting to this change right now. And it's an end of a tough cycle, an end of this financial loss, it could have been. So also changing views of your money, releasing the past. It's a necessary change and released from suffering. So accept the changes and opportunity will come to expand you. So it's transformation. So if you had lost money or a job or project, the situation, it's done. And even your old ways of beliefs and values, that is done if it's not job or money related. Excuse me. And also the Koi is all about transformation and strength and good fortune. And then next we go to There is Always Enough. So maybe in the past you felt you were not enough to meet challenges, but this is temporary. You are transforming your inner beliefs. You can generate your own opportunities. So yes, it's a time for change. And the outer conditions will come to reflect your inner prosperity. Conscious and deliberate co-creating will start bringing you what you need. You have so much to offer of value to express to the world. And then next we go to the Seven of Swords. So with that one, you are determined with plans and the need for smart strategic thinking in the face of a current challenge. And you have the foresight and resources and skills needed to overcome any obstacles. So before maybe you didn't think, you had this, but you can transform this. And then after that one, we go to the soulmate card. So with that is speaking your truth, freedom through transformation. It's an unexpected outcome. So changing old communication patterns and being open to a new way of interacting. So yes, like I said, if it's not money or job that's being lost, it's the way you communicate is changing, your values, your beliefs, a new mindset. You're changing all of that from what it was before. And then here with the new money, as you can see, he's writing, here. So writing, sharing complex thoughts that might be lost in casual conversations. So being clear and concise. So yeah, maybe before you didn't know how to express yourself, but now, you can write it down. Just, being clear and concise of how you want to say things, in the future now, because you're changing your mindset, your communication skills. And also with this, like it says something new you've been working on will be very profitable. And if you have a money-making idea, do it. And then for some, I see this tower here. It could be, and you could be involved with different languages and cultures. So maybe the internet, maybe this new idea has to do with social media, internet, something like that. Communication. And also here, communication, people. And then next, we go to the Six of Swords. So with that, you could have had anxiety, and but that's going to clear up now. It's a transition phase. It's a change, transformational period. So there's a lot of transformation here. For some, there's a journey or a trip. There's learned lessons. And for some, it's a transformational period in your career, living situation, or job. Finding material stability again for those who have lost job or finances, and leaving a stressful situation, leaving the old ways of thinking, a new mindset, ideas and beliefs, and feeling better. So yeah, and then for some, you're waiting on maybe application, like people reaching back to you with, the results of maybe an interview that you had. And then after the Six of Swords, we go to the Knight of Cups. So for that energy, you're going to use creativity to achieve financial goals, creative solutions, moving forward with a creative project that you felt intuitively to manifest. So yeah, maybe, like I said, here with this writing, maybe it's something creative that could be with the internet. And it doesn't have to be with internet. Maybe the job, business, or project that you're doing for that business, that company, institution, has to do with people with different languages and cultures. So something creative. And also, after the Knight of Cups, we're going to go to the Emperor. So with that energy, you are in control, you are disciplined, And if you didn't have boundaries before, now you have them, and you could be put in a leadership role. And you could also be a parent, that's for some. So you are a strategic thinker now, with the Seven of Swords, being strategic. And you set out plans that you must see through. And you could be put in charge of something important: work, organization, institution, your own personal life, or a combination. And it desperately needs order and a clear, decisive mind, purposeful, determined, positive, and confident. So yeah, maybe you weren't confident in the past, and you had the obstacles, and you just thought, you felt you weren't enough to meet these challenges. But now you're in the Emperor energy here, and you're confident now. You have those skills. You're writing things down now, being able to communicate effectively, getting your point across. So yeah, good job. Okay, so now I'm going to grab a couple of these cards and we'll see what comes out. First one, I am brilliant. You possess a very refined mind and a deep urge to uncover life's mysteries. Your ability to acquire vast knowledge on both the informational and spiritual planes gives you a greater awareness than most. Pretty awesome. Okay. Second one, I am supported. Your angels are encouraging you to continue on your present life path with diligence and determination, and even greater success will come in the future. So yeah, that's also, I think of that Emperor energy. You are in control now here. You are an authority now. And like I said, for some, you might be put into a management position. So yeah, good job. Okay, that was your reading. And if this connected with you in any way, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Peace.